Biaheza is one of the most popular YouTubers in the financial space. He's most commonly known for his creative ideas on how anyone, including those starting from scratch, can make millions of dollars.
When I was 17, I started an online business that ended up doing over $1 million in sales its first year.
His journey into finance YouTube wasn't easy, but has shown true perseverance that anyone can become a millionaire. So where did Biaheza come from? What pushed him on the path to an early retirement? In this video, we'll cover the origin story of the successful YouTuber and the steps he took that made him millions of dollars. Biaheza is an entrepreneur, YouTuber, and social media influencer from the United States. He's mostly recognized for his e-commerce and social media related videos, as well as drop shipping and day trading. Now, Biaheza wasn't born in the United States. He actually grew up in a country known as Belarus. He came from a poor family and had no money to his name, which definitely played a huge role in his journey to financial freedom. As a kid, Biaheza would often skateboard in his free time, which would inspire him to post his first YouTube video, one of him skateboarding. As you would expect, his first video didn't get much traction, but it did spark something inside of Biaheza. He knew he wanted to make money, and he knew he had to deal with something that he was good at. The first idea that popped into his head was to flip bikes, which he successfully did on Craigslist. He then would go on to fix iPhone screens as well as doing graphic design on Fiverr. He carried on doing this for 2 years until he came across a new app. This app would go on to become one of the most popular and successful social media platforms of all time. This app was Instagram. Biaheza didn't truly understand the potential that Instagram had at the time. He originally treated Instagram as just another tool to make his pictures look better. It wasn't until he came across Instagram's theme pages that a light bulb went off in his head. He saw that people were somehow making money off the app and he wanted to replicate their success. The way theme pages work is that they grow a following on their own, and then other people will pay that theme page to have their products promoted. Biaheza saw how this worked and decided to create his own theme page. His first theme page was based off of nature photography, which didn't really get him anywhere at first. He tried another page, but was unfortunately met with the same result. Giving Instagram a break, Biaheza decided to find more work in the real world, this time working for a restaurant delivering flyers. This new job, however, was short-lived after a close encounter with a neighbor's German Shepherd. Flyer in hand, Biaheza clutched his fist and vowed to never deliver another flyer again. With a fresh sense of purpose and desire to make his Instagram theme page work, Biaheza went back to the drawing board. He created a new theme page, this time based off of traveling. And to his surprise, it worked. He received several messages of people wanting to have their products promoted, and he happily accepted. His first successful promotion gave him a grand total of $10 US. While $10 might not seem like a lot, the weight behind what he had just done shook Biaheza to his core. It was at this moment in his life that he knew what he had to do, and that $10 was only the starting point. He would repeat this cycle of promoting products on his theme pages while raking in tens of dollars. It wasn't until Biaheza took a closer look at what he was promoting that everything clicked for him. The products he was promoting all linked to Shopify stores, which contained products being sold on AliExpress. Biaheza wasn't sure if he would be able to replicate what they were doing, but he was going to try it anyway. He scouted AliExpress for a product to use on a Shopify store, and stuck with one that he thought would perform well. He then would pay other Instagram theme pages to promote his Shopify store in the hopes of making a sale. To his surprise, he did end up making sales, but unfortunately not enough to offset the cost of the promotion. In the end, Biaheza would just barely break even. He continued to grow his own theme pages, pulling in around $500 a month and slowly increasing that to $1,000. His theme pages saw a massive wave of growth, and Biaheza used it to his advantage. Instead of paying other people to promote his Shopify store, he would do it himself. The results from promoting on his own theme page were good. He made a whopping $500 in his first day, and by the end of the month, he managed to make over $30,000. Now, this is where people make a mistake, like quickly jumping to buying lavish items that they don't need. Biaheza knew that the best way to utilize his money would be to save it up and put it towards further expanding his business. And that's exactly what he did. The amount of money his Shopify store was pulling in per month jumped to over $25,000 and finally reached a maximum of $50,000. After a while, his Shopify store started to make less and less money each month since he had just about used his Instagram theme page to its full extent. It was at this point that Biaheza needed to expand his website, and he did this through the use of Facebook ads. He ran ads promoting his Shopify store to a specific niche of people, and it paid off. He went from making $20,000 to $50,000, and finally, he crossed $100,000 in a single month. Biaheza was extremely proud of what he had accomplished. He had confirmed to himself that putting his money back into his business was the right way to go all along. Using his newfound knowledge, Biaheza decided to share what he had learned with others in the form of courses. He created courses specifically on dropshipping and the exact step-by-step approach he took. The courses were listed at a decent affordable price, which not only helped those who were new to the space, but also put some bills into his pocket. He began to grow a following on YouTube, which is where his videos began to get thousands of views and make thousands of dollars. His CPM on his videos were pretty high since they were in the finance niche and ranged from anywhere between $10 to $80 per thousand views. This would mean that a 1 million view video would earn him up to $80,000 in ad revenue. He had finally found a formula that worked for him. Biaheza's 3 main sources of income would come from dropshipping, courses, and YouTube AdSense. His net worth now sits at $1.9 million at just the age of 21.
Got it. Okay, so you got a good amount. Where's the most income coming from right now?
At this point?
Yeah.
At this point with YouTube.
So how much does that do just on the average month?
Probably around like 80 to
100,000?
Yeah.
What?
While Biaheza has shown us that through perseverance and trying new things, you'll eventually find something that works for you. Biaheza started from nothing, and from there, he worked his way up to the top. He now can sit comfortably on his current streams of revenue without having to reinvest much back into the business. He never shied away from having to work a 9 to 5, and when one of his ideas failed, he always approached it again from a different angle. The biggest tip we can learn from him is to pay attention to what other people are doing. If somebody is trying to sell a certain product, they're doing it for a reason. If somebody is willing to pay someone to promote their product, they're doing it for a reason. By keeping an open mind and really analyzing what was going on around him, Biaheza capitalized on an opportunity that otherwise he would have missed. We've seen this happen with his first Instagram theme page, which also would have discouraged the average person due to its lack of immediate success. If Biaheza had shied away from continuing to pursue that page, he undoubtedly would have missed out on millions of dollars. Having the proper mindset is just as important as having the right idea. Also, being smart with your money played an important part in Biaheza's success. By using his money to further expand his business, he was able to capitalize on the Shopify store in a way that he wouldn't have otherwise. Now, some might say that this was all luck, that Biaheza just got lucky thanks to the state of the world. While it is true that Shopify did see an increase in attention since everyone was staying at home, not everyone successfully took advantage. Biaheza saw an opportunity, took it, and put in as much hard work and dedication as he could muster. Never again would he be chased by German Shepherds.